Last day of the Solstice Tour here today, and I'm in Lake Wilderness Park here in Maple Valley before the show at Vintage Vino and Espresso. The cool thing about this park is that apparently it was owned by Boeing at one time, and there was a landing strip over here, and they used to fly their employees in for long weekends or even just afternoon picnics. How cool would that be, just to get off early and be like, hey Frank, you want to fly down to Maple Valley, take a swim in Lake Wilderness? Yeah, sure, why not? Let's do it. Talk about fringe benefits. So it's the last day of the Solstice Tour, and I am at one of my favorite places to play. This is actually one of the first places that invited me to play after I moved up here from Phoenix, and it just seemed like every show was just something different and just as awesome as the last. So it's sort of a special place for me because of that. I always get excited about playing here at Vintage Vino and Espresso. Plus, it's just a really cool place to hang out. Let's talk to Shannon, the owner, to learn a little bit more about this great place.
Hi, I'm Shannon, and this is Vintage Vino and Espresso in Maple Valley, and this is my shop. I purchased it 2 years ago, but I was involved in the very beginning. I designed the whole place for the old owner. So I've been around since day one, I guess you could say. Maple Valley is a great place for families. It didn't really have a lot of a nice sit-down place that families could bring their kids. Adults could have a adult beverage, and kids could play on the chalkboard, and everybody could have fun. I'm thinking about another place, but I don't know where or when yet, because Maple Valley is getting so big. The wine's the best, but we do the best coffee in Maple Valley, if I do say so myself. And we have a great wine selection. We do over 30 different between the reds and the whites. Stop by and see us. Every Tuesday night we do wine tasting. Every Saturday night we do live music. Always somebody different, always somebody fun. So come in and see us.
It's about a bunch of cowboys that go out on the range, have a little trouble with their boss. Please do not grow weary, I'm not to take it long. Concerning some loud cowboys who did agree to go spend the summer pleasant on the trail of the buffalo. Now I found myself at Griffin in the spring of '83, when a well-known famous drover come walking up to me, saying, how you doing, young fellow, and how would you like to go spend the summer pleasant on the trail of the buffalo? Well, me being out of work right then to the drover I did say, going out on the buffalo road depends upon your pay. But if you pay good wages and transportation to and fro, well, I think I might go with you on the trail of the buffalo. Of course, I pay good wages and transportation too, if you'll agree to work for me until the season's through. But if you do get weary and you try to run away, you'll starve to death out on the trail and also lose your pay. With all this flattering talking, you signed up quite a train, some 10 and 12 in number, and they were able-bodied men. And our trip, it was a pleasant one as we hit the westward road and crossed Old Boggy Creek into New Mexico. But there our pleasures ended and our troubles soon begun. The lightning storm had hit us and it made our cattle run. We got all full of stingers from the cactus that did grow, and outlaws were trying to pick us off in the hills of Mexico. When the word working season ended, that drover would not pay. You all have drunk too much and are in debt to me, but the cowboys never had heard of such a bankrupt law, so they left that drover's bones to bleach on the trail of the buffalo. Yeah. Thank you.
Vintage Vino and Espresso is seriously my favorite place to play around here. The people who just come out are so supportive and so cool. The venue itself just helps me support the show in promotion at all levels. This was seriously the best show of the whole Solstice Tour. So thank you, Vintage Vino and Espresso. Now for tour wrap up. It was good. I made some really good connections with some really cool people who really dig my music. I wish that some of the venues would have helped with my promotion a little bit more, because I did a press release and then I got that blog to cover the tour. And Vintage Vino and Espresso was the only venue that actually shared it. So I was kind of disappointed that the other venues weren't there to help support their own shows. I thought that was sort of weird, but the people at the shows were still amazing. Vancouver, a really cool guy there. Boise, great people in Boise as always. Oh, what else was a standout? John in Portland. Wow, that was a lot of fun. I think that was the best episode out of this tour. This was the best show out of this tour. Now I got a couple weeks off, and next is the Dog Days tour. I'll post it here. That one is going to be just as fun as this, and Vintage Vino and Espresso is on the list for that one too. So if you're around here or you're within driving distance of like an hour, trust me, it's worth the trip. It's a lot of fun. I also learned a lot about where I want to take my music next. I have a lot of ideas of what I can incorporate into my music. Maybe you got sort of a hint of it between this series, if you can kind of link together some of the episodes. There is a lot of exciting stuff coming up, but right now, I have to get some much needed rest. I could probably sleep for 15 hours. I hope you enjoyed this tour. It was a lot of fun, and I hope to see you on the next one, the Dog Days tour in July. Peace until then.